So this is going to be the final step of the project. I've got my screening over here. I folded it over so that when my hand might touch against the edge over here, it's not going to cut me up. Over here, I could have folded it, but I didn't. So I'm going to be using, to do this project, I'm going to be using these HILLMAN, I think they're this is fast and tight, but these are HILLMAN Poultry. These are HILLMAN Poultry net staples, otherwise sold under a fast and tight name. Online they list it as 78 in a package, but you're really getting a pound, so you're probably getting 300 or 400 staples for a really good price. Electro Galvanized, I don't know what that means. Not recommended for use in treated lumber or where surface corrosion is a concern. So these will probably corrode over a couple years, but that's going to be okay. So I'll leave an affiliate link in the video description if you want to order these things. I'm going to show you how they work right now. These, you go online, you look at a staple gun for this. There is no staple gun for this. These are done by hammer only. 3/4 inch staple. Some people online complain they wish they would have bought a longer length staple, like a 1 inch, so that it's easier to hold. You could do this with a needle nose. If you're going to be doing hundreds of these, you might want to go with a longer staple, but for me, I'm only going to be doing a few of these, so but yeah, you want to be careful you don't slam your fingers with the hammer. It's not even biting into the metal right now, so I can understand the people saying they wish they had a longer staple. There is next to no room to do this. I'm trying to get it to bite into the wood, and it's almost impossible right now. I'm going to get the camera out of the way and finish this off and show you what the end result is. These are these are mostly meant for chicken wire, thick wire fencing. I'm using this for this mesh, which is not really that great because you still have the gap at the very top. You have the gap that you're not going to get rid of, and that is where the fencing, the thick rod, would go. So, but it does work. Unless you use a needle nose pliers or you're very good with this, you're going to have a hard time. You can see this is not really the greatest. Most of these came out good. This one over here did not come out that great. So I'm going to show you how I'm doing it, and then I'm going to go finish this off and I'll show you the final project. What I'm doing is I'm squeezing the tips because I'm using small mesh, and then I'm using needle nose pliers to hold it while I set it. Then I take the hammer. If you don't do this, it's going to go in sideways. Get it set. You might want to turn down your volume now. And there it goes. See, it already went sideways, which I'm having a lot of problems with this, with these staples going sideways and not completing the way I want them to. And there it is. So I've doubled up on the sides over here. Got a few of them over here so that dirt doesn't drip out on the edge. And a couple over here. I'm going to go finish this thing off, and then I'll show you what the final job looks like. And these staples are okay. They're not the greatest thing. Without the needle nose, I wouldn't be able to get them lined up, and most of them, as you can see, are not really nailing the right way. But we're almost done. So my review of the fast and tile, or the fast and tight fence, or the HILLMAN, or whatever they are, staples, yeah, they work. They definitely work. They'll probably work a lot better on thick fence posts like they're meant to be used on, with the thicker rod, instead of this mesh stuff that I'm using. These staples are terrible on pine. I think this is pine. Whatever the heck this is, 2x4s. These staples are terrible. I'm going to show you when these staples are really good in a minute, but you can see how I didn't So here's the staple. You can see, let me get rid of the shadow over here. You can see the construction cloth, hardware cloth. These work really good going into the posts for the, what are these, 4x4 posts. These staples are meant for this type of wood. They are definitely not meant for 2x4s. They don't hammer in properly except in certain parts of the wood. So it is a really good product. It's a great product if you're going into a post. If you're going into 2x4s, don't use them. You will not be happy. The final conclusion about the staples. Most of the people online that commented that the 3/4 inch was too small and they wish they had gone with a larger size, that is 100% true. If you have big fingers, big hands, these are almost impossible to deal with. If you have medium fingers, you can barely get the hammerhead on the top of the staple when it is sitting against the wood. So there's just no room to be able to hold this thing. I had to hold them with needle nose pliers and it was a disaster. The second problem is these are really good for softwood like wood posts. They are terrible on 2x4s or any hardwood at all. They're very difficult to staple in. And the third thing is related again to the stapling in. I don't know if the staples are uneven on the points or not, but almost every time, not all the time, but most of the time, when I went to hammer in the staple, they were going in sideways. The left side was going in before the right, or the right side was going in before the left. So it's very difficult to get the staple to go in evenly, and then when I was stapling it in, half the time it wanted to go forward or backwards. So very difficult on hardwood, very nice on soft post wood, and they are definitely too short. Otherwise, it's a really good product. But I will leave an affiliate link in the video description. If you want to get it, go for it.